to the second concert of Aria412's fifth season of opera and art music, brought to you by Western Pennsylvania's Bright Lights, and now seems like even beyond Pennsylvania's Bright Lights. Feels like we started this stuff just yesterday, but wow, 5 years in. What an amazing journey it's been, with lots more exciting stuff to come. In any case, COVID or no COVID, the Paris of the Allegheny is doing just fine, thank you, and we are here to celebrate our fearless friends from the delightfully dirty parts south of Flanders and beyond. I love the French people. I love the Louvre Museum. I love Mona Lisa Bonet. I want to know what the thinker is sitting on. Truly, I do. I want to know why so many French people put Francois in the names and then don't use it, like Francois Rodin. Did you know Francois was in his name?
I had no idea.
Yeah, me either. I love the Awful Tower, all of it. Most of all, I love the language and all of its ineffable, truly unspeakable glory, from Pepe Le Pew to Frere Jacques to Lemaque and Jerry Lewis. Tonight is a fete fit for a feudal fiefdom, and I intend to celebrate by scattering our conversations with uplifting and heartwarming French observations from across the centuries, starting with the immortal words of that great humanitarian, the Marquis de Sade, another Francois, who said, "Lust's passion will be served. It demands, it militates, it tyrannizes." Wow. Sounds like somebody needs a hug. A little too much sad in that Sade, I think. It's like a black fly in your Sardonnay, don't you think? All right, so Desiree will cut most of that. It's okay. Let's bring the real talent forward, right? Tonight's concert features Sabina Balsamo, Rich the Big Tuna Williams, his always Aphrodite Katy Williams, Eric Kochanowski, Kathy Soroka, Jenny Ziccardi, Nanette Kaplan Solomon, and our Aria412 Brain Trust, Kelly Lynch and Desiree Soteres. I am but an humble, how do you say, DJ, the dispensable condiment on this hearty culture sandwich. So circling back to Decide, let's cheer the old Mangars up, what say you? And here to do just that is Sabina Balsamo singing Open Your Heart by George Bizet. Sabina, I'm delighted to welcome you to Aria412 for your first time. Now, what inspired you to select this song for our concert?
Hi there, Sabina Balsamo.
Damn it!
So close. So this song was actually recommended to me by the Kelly Lynch. And I listened to it and loved it. So that's, yeah, she said, we want fireworks. And I said, okay.
It's called Open Your Heart. Is it from anything? Is it happening in the midst, or is it just a stand on its own song?
Yeah, so it was from a theatrical work. When he was a student, he wrote it. But now it is published as just a standalone piece. Yeah, this song, I really like it because it's stylistically such a precursor to Bizet's Carmen, and I love Carmen. I would love to sing Micaela.
So now, what is your connection to Pittsburgh? How did we find you?
I'm originally from a little city right outside of Pittsburgh, so I used to go to Pittsburgh a lot when I was a kid and in my teenage years, and I've done Opera Theater Summerfest and all these things. So yeah, I used to live there.
Outstanding.
And I moved away for my bachelor's degree at Baldwin Wallace, and then my master's degree. Now I'm in Colorado for that.
Very nice, very nice. Well, we're so delighted to have you singing with us for the first time. I hope that we'll have you join us many, many times into the future. And so looking forward to your Open Your Heart by George Bizet.
Thank you. I hope you like it.
Ouvre, fermez les yeux du jour.
Rich, wasn't that amazing? I didn't know about Sabina. What a fantastic find for Aria412, don't you think?
All the way from Colorado. It's great.
I don't want to go too far along without giving you your heartwarming and sentimental French quote for the evening. Are you ready? Just something to set the mood.
Okay.
Yours comes from Hector Berlioz. We say that time is a great teacher. It's too bad that it kills all its students. Just melts your heart, doesn't it? Put that on a Hallmark card. So now you have picked, speaking of like horribly violent, heartwarming things, you have picked Flower Song from Carmen, a Spanish opera written by a French dude about a bunch of people working very hard at being miserable. What's going on at this point in the story?
Well, first I should say I specifically chose this piece because it's commonly referred to as the Flower Song, so you didn't have to pronounce the French name.
I love you, Big Tuna. You're the man.
I know. I do what I can. I try to help. So actually, at this point in the opera, this is in Act 2, and it's called the Flower Song because Don Jose is singing about a flower that he kept with him like during his time in prison. And he got this flower from Carmen. At the very end of her famous aria in Act 1, Habanera, she throws the rose to him. And, of course, that aria by Carmen was made popular from the Castaways production of Hamlet on Gilligan's Island. You may remember that.
Ooh, very nice. Pop cultural reference. Yep. That's why you're my brother.
Well, But so basically he's singing about how he kept this flower, and even though it's withered and dying, he could still smell its sweet scent, and it reminded him of Carmen. And he kind of has a love-hate relationship back and forth during his time in prison, and the flower reminds him that she's the reason that he's in prison. But anyway, by the end, he realizes that, he'd give anything just to see her one more time, and, he comes to terms with how much he loves her, but we know that doesn't quite work out very well in the end.
We are so excited to hear you sing the Flower Song from Carmen by George Bizet. So,
thank you.
Take it away, my friend.
Que tu m'avais jetée dans ma prison m'était restée flétrie et sèche cette fleur gardez toujours sa douce odeur et pendant des heures entières sur mes yeux fermant mes paupières de cette odeur je m'enivrais et dans la nuit je te voyais, je me prenais à te maudire, à te détester, à me dire pourquoi faut-il que le destin les mise là sur mon chemin? Puis je m'accusais de blasphème et je ne sentais en moi-même, je ne sentais qu'un seul désir, un seul désir, un seul espoir, te revoir. jeté un regard sur moi pour t'emparer de tout mon être. Oh ma Carmen, et jeter une chose à toi. Carmen, je t'aime.
Well, we just heard Rich. What an amazingly talented husband you have, Katy. What are you going to do
Yes,
with the big tuna?
aren't I the lucky one?
Yes, you are. You are. And you both sung with us many times. Now, you are the lovely and incredibly talented Katy Williams, life partner of Rich.
Yes.
Also singing about roses, or at least rose-colored glasses. La Vie en Rose. This song has, of course, been covered by everyone cool in the whole world, including Dean Martin, who did it on a TV show that you can still watch on YouTube with him being introduced by Jerry Lewis, my 15th favorite French person. It was, of course, most famously performed by Edith Piaf. La Vie en Rose, loosely translated, means life in pink. So I know, though, that you're waiting for your uplifting French quote. Are you ready?
Oh gosh, yes.
You got Jean-Paul Sartre, who wrote, "Hell is other people."
That's my mantra, Kip. I frequently say that really it's a perfect quote.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So present company excluded, of course.
No, never you, Kip. Oh, the way you speak French, I can't think of you in that way.
We just all virtual hug to the
Yes.
Aria412 family.
Yes.
So on a serious note, so you chose La Vie en Rose, which is a famous song.
Yeah.
What inspired you to pick this particular song? I'm so excited to hear you do it.
Well, when we were talking about possibilities for, things that we could do, things we could sing about, that immediately popped into my head, because whenever I hear that song, I think of things that make me happy, because when you look through rose-colored glasses, you see lots of things that, that might be not so great, but if you put on a little bit of imagination, you can really make them special. So what I had thought of was that I would envision a lot of the things that make me personally happy and just come up with like all the feels. It was very heartfelt for me to make this particular song.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait to hear you sing it, Katy. Thank you so much for singing with us, and many, many times in the future, I hope.
Oh yes, every time.
Take it away.
Hold me close and hold me fast, the magic spell you cast. This is La Vie en Rose. When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see La Vie en Rose. When you press me to your heart, I'm in a world apart, a world where roses bloom. And when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be La Vie en Rose. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be la vie en rose. Quand elle me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. Je suis pour moi, moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, la j'aurai pour la vie. Et dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat. C'est lui pour moi, moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, la j'aurai pour la vie. Et dès que le aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat.
Wow, Kelly. Katy, once again, just blew it out of the water. That was a magnifique, don't you think?
Très bien. One of my favorites.
And speaking of Rouge, we're next delighted to be joined by you, who is singing the Song of Orkneys by my third favorite Francois of the evening, Francois Poulenc.
I thought I'd bring you another Francois. Keeping it real,
All
Kip.
these French people naming themselves French, right? Anyway. Oh, I know that you're waiting for your uplifting quote for April. This from the mouth of Antigone from the Jean Ennui same-titled play. Are you ready?
Sure, bring it.
I spit on your happiness. I spit on your idea of life. That life must go on. Come what may. You are all like dogs that lick every smell.
Oh my.
Present company excluded, of course.
Pretty fantastic.
I'm just gonna write these down. I'm gonna send them to Hallmark, and I'm not even gonna like cite them. I'm just gonna claim it. See how it goes, right? Shoebox
Sure.
greetings. I spit on your happiness. Whew. All right, but enough about that. What are Orkneys? Weren't they originally elves?
That I don't know. Well, you have to take it this way. Guillaume Apollinaire, the poet, is a surrealist.
Mm-hmm.
So the city of Orkneys doesn't exist, but he might have taken that word and made it into something. I don't know. That's a good question.
Sure. So what is this song about, really, though? I mean, what inspired you to choose it for us? You know, I'm always praising your encyclopedic music mind. So I'm always fascinated when you tell us out of the billions of songs and the cosmos that you could have picked, why this one?
Well, originally I was going to sing the Jewel song from Faust. And then I thought we have so much Bizet and Carmen that we need something that's like French. And Faust is a German story. So I didn't want to go there. So I decided I'm actually singing two songs of Poulenc. One is the Chanson d'Orkneys, and the other is the Voyage à Paris. And that is how wonderful it is to leave this depressing place and go to Paris. The Chanson d'Orkneys is about one person coming into town and one person leaving town. One person left town because he left his love there, and one person's coming there to get married. So love is where Dorkneys is, I guess.
So, yes, so. please, I cannot wait to hear you sing this. Take it away.
Thank you.
Hollywood, Borghese, Vita Trea, Charretier. Hollywood, Borghese, Vita Trea, Charretier. Et les gardes de la ville, Colossus au Fanipier. Caportetti dans la ville, Chilissimo Carottier. Et les gardes de la ville, Colossus au Charretier. Caportetti dans la ville, au cœur pour se marier. Les gardes l'organise, les gardes rivaient, fan bien la route grise, la mot grise, charretier. Les beaux gardes de la ville, tricotés et perlenois, une porte de la ville, c'est
Fantastic, Kelly. That was amazing. And now you have another song for us, correct? Trip to Paris. Your second uplifting French quote of the evening comes from Albert Camus, who says, "Man is the only creature that refuses to be what he is." So now just tell us just a little bit about Trip to Paris and why that inspired you for this concert.
Voyage à Paris is another short song, like the one we just heard is about a minute and a half. Voyage à Paris is even shorter. And it's really about leaving this depressing place and going to Paris and how wonderful it is. And it really takes you with a waltz tempo, and it's very up tempo and happy and good.
So excited to hear you sing the second song, Trip to Paris. Kelly, thank you. Take it away.
La charmante chose qui d'un pays morose pour Paris, Paris joli, qu'un jour il l'amour. La charmante chose qui d'un pays morose pour Paris.
How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. What'd you think of that amazing song, or two songs from Kelly?
I thought it was fantastic. Great to hear.
You're doing amazing things these days, and one of which is you're going to French Woods to be assume some title that has like at least 8 words in it. So
that is true. Yes.
What are you, like the sub-assistant master mayoral artisanal leader of the musical sound machine, or
something of the sort? Something of the sort. Yes. A musical director counselor.
Oh, I like that. Musical,
Yes,
theatrical, music, lots of music.
Lots of music. That's what I like.
Now you will be playing Frédéric Chopin's Ballade, right?
Yes, the second one.
Yep, the number 2. Now Chopin was Polish, but he said things like ballade a lot instead of ballad, so people pretty much assumed that he was French. Would you like to hear your uplifting French quote for the day?
I've been waiting for it.
Okay. Your quote is this: "To be an adult is to be alone." You can thank Jean Rostand for that one. Don't blame me. Here is what I know about Ballade number 2 by Chopin in order. Number 1, it's by Chopin. Number 2, it is the second ballade that he did. Can you please elucidate for us what other important things we might want to know about this song before we hear you play it?
Sure. So the ballade genre was inspired, and this is a connection to our theme this evening, was inspired by the French poems of the same name, the ballades. And so Chopin wrote these, he wrote 4 ballades, this is the second. And this one is very, has 2 contrasting themes that you'll notice. There's a nice beginning section for about the first minute and a half or 2 minutes. And then immediately we come into a very, very different theme. And it leaves a lot to wonder for the listeners to what exactly you're hearing. And there are a lot of possible interpretations. Potentially it's connected specifically to a certain poem that was written, but musicologists are not sure. So leaves a lot to the listener's ear to come up with.
Man, is it hard to be so smart just as you go around through your life?
I have a lot to learn.
I have much to learn. That was a very French answer, Mitchell. And on that fantastic note, I think we are ready to hear your many ivoried gifts as you play a Ballade number 2 from Frédéric Chopin. Thank you so much. We always love having you.
Thank you.
So, wow, guys, what do you think of Mitchell's performance there of Chopin's Ballade number 2?
Oh, just phenomenal. Just great.
He's a,
You can never have enough Chopin.
That's true.
or enough accordions, but
And by the way, Chopin's middle name is Francois.
I know that. I skipped it out of my notes. I meant to say it, and I kept not getting around to it. He's like my second favorite Francois, right after Pepe Le Pew. I think it, and they never use it, right? We just say Chopin. We don't say.
Yeah, so occasionally they'll say Frédéric Francois Chopin, but
Yeah.
usually not.
And today we have with us Eric Kochanowski and Nanette Kaplan Solomon. Eric will be singing. Nanette will be accompanying. Annette comes to a lot of our shows. Well, Eric comes to almost every one of our shows. And actually, Nanette actually comes to almost every one of our shows. So we so appreciate that. Now, my question for both of you, that you will be playing a Chloris by Reynaldo Hahn. Eric, what is a Chloris? Does it really exist?
Well, it depends on where you are.
Exactly. I mean, Desiree says I can never find it.
And I certainly would not know the exact-
What?
Waiting for that.
I'm glad I'm doing this.
No, that stays. This is comedy gold.
No, it doesn't.
Comedy gold. Please back me up.
It does stay. It has to stay.
That's the ultimate say.
Oh, God. It just cuts out all my good stuff. I swear to God. All right. So I'll leave out at least leave this in. What is a Chloris?
That's not a thing I would know.
Oh, God.
Nanette, would you like to weigh in?
Well, actually, the song is called A Chloris.
Ah,
Thank you.
but it is by Reynaldo Hahn. I did get that part right?
Yes.
Okay. And so are you both ready for your uplifting French quote of the night?
Oh, bring it on.
Your uplifting French quote of the night comes from Sot, who apparently had no trouble dreaming up these unicorn-drenched gems of whimsy. Life begins on the other side of despair. So anyway, Reynaldo Hahn was a badass for real, and he hung out with people like Marcel Proust, French stage actress Sarah Bernhardt. Her friends called her Francois, and she performed for World War I soldiers, even though she had an amputated leg. I told you she was a badass. So anyway, Eric, tell me a little bit about why you picked this song. What inspired you?
Well, this has been a favorite of mine for a long time. And I particularly love it just because it's just a beautiful and earnest love song. And it's got a really gorgeous accompaniment that to have a collaborative artist like Nanette on this is really a thrill.
Absolutely. As the accompanist, Nanette, what are the important things you'd want the audience to know while Eric sings, right? What's other than the fact that it's a beautiful melody, what stands out for you when you play this? What's interesting to you?
There's just it's almost like it has a real Baroque feel to it, with lots of just little flourishes and ornamentation. The left hand, as I was relearning it, the left hand is actually like a passacaglia, which is just a repeated bass pattern like you hear in Pachelbel's canon. So it's the same thing, that it's just sort of this very steady repeated bass line and then this florid melody over the top.
Well, you guys are proof that my life philosophy is working, and that is that I surround myself with really intelligent and talented people in the hopes that I get mistaken for you. On that note, I cannot wait to hear you guys sing. So excited. So please take it away.
S'il est vrai, Chloris, que tu m'as
ne crois pas que le homme même est un bonheur pareil au mien. Que la mort serait emportée à venir changer ma fortune pour la félicité des cieux. Tout ce qu'on dit, c'est l'ambroisie, ne touche pas ma fantaisie au prix des grâces de tes yeux. Tout ce qu'on dit de l'ambroisie ne touche pas ma fantaisie au prix des grâces de tes yeux.
So Eric and Nanette, oh my God, that was so beautiful. Thank you so much for putting that on for us. So we're so grateful for you bringing that love song to us. And now up, one of our favorite Aria412 troubadours. It is Kathy Soroka, who tried very, very hard to explain the next songs to me. One is Toot Guy. Say it for me, Kathy. Help me out.
Too gay?
Yes, Too Gay.
Yes. But it's
And
Greek, Kip. It's a Greek song. I thought it was perfect for you.
it is.
It's one of his Greek songs. It's a folk song, which was originally sung in Greek. Actually, he supposedly did accompaniments in about 36 hours for a lecture at the Sorbonne. And later then, they were first performed in Greek, and then later he put them into French. So in this, it's mostly kind of French, which is tra-la-la-la-la. And yet then there's some beautiful legs and even some dancing dishes.
Wow. All right. Like Beauty and the Beast.
Very Greek, right?
Very Greek. I'm tracking. All right. And this is Maurice Ravel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready for your uplifting French quote of the evening?
Oh, I've been waiting. Okay.
You get Baudelaire.
Oh, I love Baudelaire.
There you go. I have cultivated my hysteria with pleasure and terror.
Oh, it's so fleur du mal.
There you go.
Yes.
Flowers are bad. They are. They're very, very bad. So now, after that, you're going to sing Nicolette from 3 songs, also by Maurice Ravel, but you've worked up a special treatment. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
I'd love to. The song Nicolette was one of the first songs I ever heard in French. It was on the first CD I was given of Jenny Turrell. And what I loved about it in this very formal and elegant song recital is that she did different voices, because the song is a fable set with a text written by Ravel during the war at a time when he was very disillusioned. So I thought it was in some ways appropriate to find now a way to lift our spirits And he wrote these in a kind of Renaissance style, but it's the telling of the story of Little Red Riding Hood, which was first published by Charles Perrault, who was a French author. So what's fun is that when I heard Jenny Terrell did different voices, and I've always enjoyed that in songs, whether it was Brahms with his Vergebliche Ständchen or Liebestreue, or even David Stock next month for the Edgewood Symphony. They're going to do David Stock's 3 Yiddish songs, and one of them has all these fun voices. So when I did that, I realized this needs to be a cartoon. So the first one I'll be on camera, and then for the second one, it's a cartoon I created from beautiful images from some of the fairy tale books.
Wow, that's lovely.
Yeah, it was fun. It was really fun.
So
Yeah.
now, I'm so glad you explained that, because I thought Nicolette was going to be about the gum that you use to give up smoking. So now I know differently. Okay, it's all to the good. Well, Katy, thank you so much for explaining that. I'm so excited to hear you sing. As always, I love seeing you perform, and now to watch you put in this additional touch, this pastiche of cartoons that you put together. I just can't wait to watch. Let's get right to it. What do you say?
Thanks, Kip.
Once upon a time, there was a young woman, Nicolette, Maurice Ravel's Little Red Riding Hood.
Nicolette l'avait près, s'allait promenir auprès, cueillir la pâquerette, la jonquille et le muguet. Toute guillerette, lorgna si la
Brava, Kathy. That was amazing as always. The acting, the cartoons, just so thoughtful the way you put these songs together. So let's see here. Now we've got Jenna Ziccardi with us, and you're going to be singing a tribute to Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho.
Maybe not, but yeah.
Psyche, not Psycho. Tell us about the composer here. So you are singing Psyche by Émile.
Ballade, yeah.
Yes. Can we just call him or her Émile and just move on? Just move on.
That sounds good to me, yeah.
All right. So anyway, who is Émile? Can't say my name.
He is a French composer. He was actually a child prodigy too. And so I think at the age of 10, he actually went into the conservatory and started composing. This is actually the song that I'm going to be singing, I believe, is one of his most famous, what he's kind of known for.
And so what made you pick it?
So I've just always really loved this song. I think it's just very beautiful to me, and the words themselves are, I don't know, like struck a chord with me kind of, maybe in a different way than what the song actually was written for, but I think it just really moved me in a way.
We're so excited to hear. Oh my God, I almost forgot your uplifting French quote.
I thought you left me out. I was gonna be a little bit disappointed, so I'm glad you,
There we go. All right, so let's see. We'll take yours from Balzac.
Okay.
Love is a game in which one always cheats.
Yikes.
Well, man, we are so excited to hear you sing. I've made our audience wait long enough. Please take us away with Psyche. Well, Katy, I don't know about insanity, but that was crazy good. What do you think?
It was perfection. I'm so glad I finally got a chance to hear her.
you've got another song for us. So before I go too much further, would you like your own uplifting French quote? I know you've already had one. Would you like another one?
Oh my gosh, would I ever?
But this is Arthur Rimbaud. Life is the farce which everyone has to perform.
So what are you saying, Kip?
Present company excluded.
So I'm so glad that you gave me that the French proverb. It's so inspirational. But I have one for you, Kip.
Oh, great. Okay.
So, s'occuper de ses oignons, which means take care of your own onions. In other words, mind your own business. I got my own onions to take care of. So there. S'occuper de ses oignons.
Yeah, the other languages are so fun. My grandfather used to say, that boy is on the wrong side of the donkey, which meant exactly, which at first, as a young and a stupid young man, as opposed to an old, stupid old man, which I've grown into, I thought, okay, well, that's the backside of the donkey because you're going to get kicked. But what it really means is that there is no good side of a donkey. so why are you standing next to a donkey? The other side bites. Right. So anyway, there you go.
That's family for you.
There you go.
Nothing but love.
A lot of love in those insults. You are now going to sing Spring, Poems and Moon Songs by Will Rogers.
Oh, close.
French cowboy.
Very close. So it's Reynolds, but Rogers, in another planet, in another moon or constellation of songs. Will Reynolds wrote a bunch of different songs to put into like a collection. So he calls it a constellation. And this one is particular. He does a song about, the different seasons. And the one I've picked for today is spring. And it's the current season we're in. And I thought I'd put on my my Mother Nature hat and give some sage and wise advice for those of us who are going through not only another spring, but another spring after quarantine. It's got to be hard. So sage advice from Mother Nature.
And now, a cautionary tale brought to you by Mother Nature from high above the clouds. When the end of winter's nearing and the flowers start appearing, I can feel all of nature gearing up for the thing spring makes us do. All the birds and bees and fishes start to play with their private wishes, and I'm equally as capricious. Oh, spring, spring makes me want to screw. Yes, even me. It's the season of the cherry for every Tom, Dick, or Harry. Through the air flies the pheromone fairy. Oh, spring makes them run amok. In the park I feel the splendor, feel the growing, feel how tender, feel the buns of the hot dog vendor. Oh, spring, spring makes me want to chuck off my winter hoodies for a top that won't stop my goodies. This life is a blessing, so let's start undressing now. Now, if your allergies send you reeling and the pollen count hits the ceiling, the one cure is some sexual healing. Oh, spring knows what you need. So bear your heart bare-chested, get your kicks but don't get arrested. And if something starts itching, get tested. Oh, spring, spring makes me want
that, Katie Williams.
Yay!
Brava.
That was
Oh.
hilarious.
In the words of my favorite French rock group, oh wait, there aren't any of those. It's time for my lovely wife, Desiree Soteres, to sing. Thank goodness. And she has selected April in Paris. Totally insane.
Woo! Totally insane.
Desiree, your uplifting French quote is also from Rimbaud. One evening I sat beauty in my lap, and he was bitter. And I cursed him.
Me too. I curse him.
I kind of thought, I would be beauty in that in your mind, right? So I would sit in your lap and I was bitter and you would curse me.
Oh, I wouldn't want to curse you.
Well, good. Thank goodness. I'm just, throwing it out there. So, by the way, did you know that there is a novel called Desiree by Ken Goldman that is not the famous literary novel by Anne-Marie Selinko?
No, I didn't.
Who knew there was another Desiree novel?
I had no idea. I mean,
we knew there's the song, the Desiree song.
Right, and I love that novel.
There we go.
It was so
The
much
Ken
fun.
Goldman novel?
No. The Anne-Marie Selinko novel.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Although, I don't know. The Ken Goldman novel, I'm kind of hooked now. I may have to go in for that.
Did you read it?
Not yet. I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
You are singing April in Paris by Vernon Duke.
Yes.
Okay. And so what I'm just wondering is what made you pick this song for us tonight as we wrap up our evening?
Well, it's April, and it's a French theme, and April in Paris is one of my favorite songs. I love the words. I love the harmonies. It's just, it just makes me happy. So.
I was in Paris in April. It just rained all the time.
Well, that's okay too.
Is that okay?
Paris is still beautiful in the rain.
Okay. City of Lights.
Yes, but it's one of my favorite songs.
Well, Desiree, I hope that you will let your freet flag fly. Singing.
My freet flag. Oh, well,
Freet,
I do.
like
I love.
patatas
I love freets.
And sing April in Paris by Vernon Duke.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. You're quite welcome. I'm here to serve. Mwah.
April's in the air, but here in Paris, April wears a different gown. You can see her waltzing down
beautiful, Desiree. You are amazing. That was incredible.
Thank you.
Oh, my beautiful wife. Now it's time to wrap up this little charade. Please put your virtual hands together one more time for our singers. Woo! Sabina, Spicy, Balsamo, Rich, the big Tuna Williams. She caught the Katy Williams. Eric, voulez-vous coucher Kochanowski? Kathy, Wolf Woman Soroka. Jenna, we've not left the hostel Ziccardi, because when I look up in Google important phrases to know in French, that comes up as number 2. We haven't yet left the hostel. Why? Why is that number 2? Anyway, Nanette, Kaplan, Solomon, who accompanied Eric. So delighted to have you with us for the first time. Thank you, Nanette. Mitchell, Dijon, Dubin. And our Aria412 Brain Trust, Kelly, refill my Chardonnay, Lynch. And Desiree, I already drank the Chardonnay, so Soteres. Me, come on in, honey. The wine is cold. And I'm the Pepe Le Pew of this Aria412 joint. What I lack in intelligence and good looks, I more than make up for with, well, fill in the blank.
How you say, je ne sais quoi.
Move along, people. The jokes are free. Don't forget to donate if you can spare a few dollars. Or as the French say, faire un don. Lots of exciting things are on the horizon with Aria412. We cannot wait to share those with you in the coming months. Bear with us, keep watching, and we'll see you next month for the May concert. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.